Welcome back to the Cali WALI Show. What? All right, let me stop. All right. So good afternoon, guys. As you read by today's title, I'm going to be talking about my experience with the birth control patch called XULANE. This is what it looks like. And this is my experience. So I took some notes. So if you see me like glancing to the side, I'm looking at my laptop. But so let's start with number one, my journey. So the reason why I went on birth control to begin with is because obviously I didn't want to be pregnant. And at the time, I was in a really long relationship and I thought it would be beneficial for the both of us, right? But prior to me going on birth control, I looked up the different side effects to various other birth controls, and I'm not trying to scare you guys, but I looked up the IUD, the implant, the one that goes in the arm. I looked up the pill, and then, you know, the ring. So the reason why I chose the patch is because it had minimal side effects that scared me. Like, I read things about the IUD that if it dislodged itself and it cut through your uterus, you can be infertile for the rest of your life. And I didn't want that because I do eventually want to have kids, but just not right now. You know what I mean? And in terms of the implant, I also read, and these side effects that I read, like, I did research as though I was doing a research paper. So I was using databases from my school. Like, that's how serious it was, because I care about my body, and birth control is something serious. Like, it could cause cancer. Like, some birth controls have side effects that it could cause cancer, that it could do this, that, the third. And I'm trying to avoid that. But anywho, with the implant, if it lodged itself in your tissue, like if it went too deep after the year or whatever, they would have to surgically remove it. And that, my friend, is something I didn't want to experience either. So now, two, the reason why I chose the patch, its brand name is called XULANE, is because it's very simple, it's very effective. Essentially what you do is they send you 3 patches in one box, and each week you choose a specific day. So for example, I choose Sunday at 10:30 a.m. and then you replace the patch. So every week, once a week, you change the patch. However, on the 4th week is when you're supposed to expect your period. So when you're supposed to expect your period that week, you just take off the patch and your period comes as normal. Simple, fair, and easy, right? I still wanted to get my period, but I just didn't want to have bad side effects. Yeah. 3, the side effects I got. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not doing this for clout. I'm not doing this for views. I'm not doing this to get paid. None of that. I ain't even getting paid right now, period. But like the side effects, I'm not gonna lie. The first week of the patch was kind of, like one of my side effects, I got a rash all over my arms. And it wasn't a regular rash where you see it and you're like, oh, ointment. No, like, it was painful. And when you scratch it, it became worse. It became way more painful. So that was one of my side effects. The other side effect I got, which was a rare side effect, but it caused the gums in my mouth to be very sore and painful. Like, very sore and painful. And that only lasted for a day. The rash lasted for a week. The soreness in my gums lasted for about a day. literally the first day I put on the patch, as soon as I think the hormones just kicked in, and it was very painful. The third side effect I experienced was, what was it? Oh, I was lightly spotting. So it wasn't as heavy as a period, but I was lightly spotting for about a week and a half to 2 weeks, I would say. And I mean, obviously, what girl wants to go through that, especially when you're supposed to experience your period soon, like, you know, you're lightly spotting, boom, then you get a period. It's like, bro, you dead ass. You dead ass. But yeah, then my fourth side effect, this side effect is ongoing. The reason why I say that is because I'm still having sex. So, every time I have sex and the boy ejaculates inside of my vagina, I feel extremely nauseous. And it's not when it happens, like, boom, he ejaculates, I feel like I want to throw up. No, it's like after it's all done and I'm laying down, it's like, I genuinely do feel nauseous. I've never thrown up because of my nausea. However, like, it's not a good feeling to have. And being that you feel nauseous every time the boy ejaculates inside of you, it makes you wonder, am I pregnant? But in reality, you're not. It's just a side effect, which is kind of scary, but I recommend if you ever do feel nauseous, you just take a pregnancy test just to ease your mind. Another side effect is that I feel like it causes more vaginal discharge than normal. Let me explain. Females, if you're watching this, you know that we always experience vaginal discharge because our vagina is cleaning itself. If you didn't know that, now you know. I hope you know that. Sex education 101. But yeah, so our vagina is always cleaning itself, and yeah. However, the vaginal discharge I've experienced, I feel like it's more than normal, but it's not like excessive, like every time I wake up, no, it's just more than normal. That's something I've noticed about my own body because I pay attention to my body. But yeah, now number 4, I'm moving on to the positives. And I personally think the positives outweigh the side effects. That's why I'm still on it. It's been about a year and a half. Yeah, it's been about a year and a half. But the main positive is I'm not pregnant. Never had, like, not had a pregnancy scare, but I was still never pregnant. Feel me? But that's the main positive. What else? It lightened my period. For example, my period cramps haven't been as severe as in comparison to when I was not using birth control. So that's a plus. I don't feel the need to always take ibuprofen or Tylenol to relieve my cramping. Another positive is that it's made my period days shorter. So normally, before the whole birth control shazam, I like had my period for, I want to say 6 days. And then the first and last day was always lightly spotting. But now I have my period for 4 to 5 days. And it's mainly spotting. I think in the middle, like the 2 middle days, is when it's an actual heavy flow. But, XULANE, you've done me justice. You've done me justice. Anyhow, 5. So, it was very easy for me to get on birth control. I went through Planned Parenthood. I spoke to one of the primary providers there. They assisted me. They printed out a bunch of sheets for me to know what birth control I should go on. And it helped the experience. Now, in comparison to other birth controls, I would recommend XULANE. The reason being is because it's easy, simple. It's not like the pill where you have to remember it every day at the specific time. And it's not like the IUD where, yeah, the IUD you forget it's in your body, but you don't want to forget a metal object is in your body. Not trying to shit on nobody that's on the IUD, but it's just the truth. Like, I'm not trying to forget I have something in my body. And based off of how hard, like, you're having sex or whatever, like, it could cause the IUD to shift. I don't know. I'm just not for the IUD, personally. That's my opinion. Don't bash me. It's just my opinion. But yeah. What else? I strongly recommend doing your research about birth control. The reason why I say that is because everyone's body is different. Just because I had a wonderful experience so far on the birth control patch, XULANE, you may not have a wonderful experience, and that's okay. You may have a wonderful experience on the pill, or the IUD, or the implant, or just using condoms, or just being abstinent. Who knows? But please do your research, because this is your body. You don't want anything to go wrong because you went on birth control. And yeah, just do your research. Talk to your doctors, talk to your family if they're very open to you being on birth control, or if they're very, you know, like they agree with you being on birth control. And stay safe. Stay safe. I genuinely believe in like 2038, so 18 years from now, I will be attending a shit ton of high school graduations. Yep. We're gonna be, like, this year, this corona pandemic, COVID-19, baby boom. Like, that's what it's gonna be in the history textbooks. COVID-19, baby boom. Boom. Literally. But yeah, if you have any more questions about my birth control experience with XULANE, please leave it in the comments down below. I'm always looking at the comments. I will see your questions, or you could DM me on my social media, my Instagram. You could DM me on my Instagram, and I'll answer any questions you have. But thank you for watching. I appreciate it. You know, my subscriber numbers are going up since I've been a little more consistent with one video. That's sad, but I'm gonna keep being more consistent. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Join the gang. And I'll see you next time. Peace.